Hello, and welcome to Global Finance Desk. We'll explore practical ideas to help you. I'm glad you're here. Let's learn together.
Somewhere between your job and your future, there's a gate. You've never seen it, you've never signed anything to use it, but every single month you pass through it, and it takes a cut before you even notice you paid. Most people spend their entire lives walking through that gate without knowing it exists. This is the story of what happens on the other side of it. Here's the part that sounds impossible until you check your own numbers. The average person will earn somewhere between $1 and $3 million across their working life. Not thousands, millions. And yet most people at 65 have almost nothing left to show for it. That's not a coincidence. That's a toll. Not one number, not one bill, 1,000 invisible checkpoints. Each one small enough to ignore. Each one designed to be ignored. Call it the toll. It doesn't rob you. It doesn't need to. It just asks for a little, constantly, before you ever get the chance to decide. Watch how it actually operates. Payday arrives. For one instant, the money is fully yours. And rent takes its share. The car payment takes its share. The subscriptions renew themselves in the background. You didn't say yes today. You said yes 11 months ago and forgot. None of these charges feel dangerous. $9 here, $4 there, $200 more for the apartment with the nicer kitchen. That's the design. The toll was never going to be one dramatic expense you'd notice and fight. It was always going to be small enough to slip past the part of your brain built to defend you. Now, here's where it stops being about money and starts being about wiring. Your brain evolved to detect threats. A predator, a cliff edge, a sudden loss. It did not evolve to detect a $4 app fee renewing quietly on the second Tuesday of every month. So it doesn't. Behavioral economists have a name for what happens next: hedonic adaptation. Whatever you earn, your sense of normal rises to swallow it. $90,000 a year starts to feel exactly as tight as $40,000 once felt. Not because the math changed, because the gate moved with you. Every raise you've ever gotten came with an invisible adjustment. Not to your bank account, but to your idea of what you deserve. A better car, better block, better version of keeping up. That adjustment is the toll's favorite trick. It doesn't take your money, it takes your comparison point and lets you tax yourself. Sit with one number for a second. $400 a month feels like nothing. One subscription bundle, one car upgrade, one slightly bigger apartment than you needed. Left alone, invested instead of spent, that same $400, growing quietly for 20 years, turns into nearly $300,000. Read that again. The toll isn't just taking $400. It's taking every dollar that $400 would have become. That's the part almost nobody calculates. Not the expense, the absence of what the expense prevented. So here's the real question. If almost everyone walks through the same gate, why do some people end up owning buildings and others end up renting their own paychecks forever? It's tempting to say discipline, or income, or luck. But look closely at the people who quietly build wealth through their 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, and a different pattern shows up. They didn't out-discipline the toll. They rerouted around it. Before the money ever reached the part of their brain that makes spending decisions, a portion of it was already gone, moved somewhere quieter, automatically, before it ever felt like theirs to spend. Not restriction, sequencing. They understood a rule almost no one is taught. If money is within reach, the mind will always invent a reasonable excuse to spend it. So they shortened the reach. An automatic transfer. a retirement contribution pulled before the paycheck even lands. A gap between earning and access, boring, invisible, and enormously powerful. It's not a hack, it's architecture. They didn't beat the gate, they stopped standing in line for it.
There's no villain in this story. No one built the toll to hurt you. It's just what happens when a financial system meets a human brain that wasn't built to track 1,000 small leaks at once. Every payday is a fork in the road most people never notice they're standing at. The people who build real wealth aren't the ones who resist temptation the hardest. They're the ones who quietly change the order in which the decisions happen. The gate is still there. It always will be. The only question, now that you can see it, is which side of it you're going to keep standing on.
Welcome to your financial future. Together we can build your fund. Let's track your progress. Subscribe now and let's get started. Just click the button today.